What's good, y'all? Today I'll be talking about weight loss and nutrition basics, how you can lose weight, what it takes to lose weight, how you can implement it if you have a busy life, the whole nine, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And I just want to say that I'm studying to be a personal trainer right now. Also, I was a little chubbier when I was younger, so I'm definitely obligated to speak on this topic because I feel for people who's overweight because I know what that shit feel like, bro. So calorie deficit and fat loss, right? So if you want to lose weight, you need to understand that 3,500 calories equals about a pound of fat, okay? And so that means a 500 calorie deficit daily, you will lose about 1 pound of fat per week, right? From fat loss. So you got to understand that you got to be consistent at this 500 calorie daily deficit, excuse me. These 500 calorie deficit, you gotta be consistent at it, cause otherwise the shit won't work, bro. That's the only way, dog. All right, now we have fat, energy storage, and cell function, right? So we're gonna talk about fats, we're gonna talk about carbohydrates, and we're gonna talk about protein. This is what they call micronutrients, right? So you need to understand this also, right? One gram of 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories, right? Which is heavier than what? Proteins and carbs, right? So fats is slower to digest. You want to avoid large meals before workouts. You want to omega 3 and omega 6 are essential for brain and heart health. It's broken down through this process. So it's broken down first from the fat that you eat, then it's turned to fatty acids, and then that's when it's stored as fat. Okay. So the fats in your body key functions are energy reserve for low intensity and endurance. It supports cell membranes and hormones, and it absorbs fat soluble vitamins. So the most important thing you want to take from this is that 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. So fat weighs way more than proteins and freaking carbs, okay? And it's slower to digest. So you want to avoid large meals before workouts. Carbohydrates. So carbohydrates is your body's preferred source of energy, right? So 1 gram of carbohydrate equals 4 calories. It is then convert. So once you eat a carbohydrate, it is converted to glucose, and this is the body's preferred energy source. So you want to avoid refined carbs such as white bread and rice and noodles because they don't offer much as nutrients or vitamins. So you're literally just eating this shit for calories. You're most likely gaining weight, and it's refined, so it's not original. It's not organic. Okay. So excess glucose is then turned into glycogen, which is then stored in liver and muscles. So it is glucose. Excuse me. And glucose is essential for endurance performance, right? So now we're going to get into proteins, tissue growth, and repair, right? So 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories, right? So this is the process. So it's digested, and then it turns into amino acids, which then it helps build and repair muscles, right? So the protein's key function is that it is muscle repair and development, hormone and enzyme production, and it supports immune system, right? So exercise guidelines for weight loss, right? Because if you want to lose weight, what exactly the guidelines? How often should I work out? What's the minutes, right? So I got you. Don't even worry about all that. So cardio, 150 through 300 minutes a week, or of moderate intensity such as walking, cycling, swimming, or 75 to 150 minutes a week of vigorous intensity such as jogging, boxing, and other sources, right? Strength training, you want to strength train at least 2 times per week, all muscle groups, okay? 2 times per week, all muscle groups, okay? Any activity is better than none. Remember that. Any activity is better than none. You're going to reduce your sitting time. More activity equals more benefits, obviously, but you just want to get moving, okay? So when you get moving, it lowers your all-cause mortality risk, which means it lowers your chances of dying from any kind of disease, whether it's chronic or whatever the case is. So remember that, and that should motivate you because when you sit down and be fat, when you sit down and gain weight, when you sit down and not push yourself to your limits, you get chronic diseases, and as a result, you live a shorter life just because you want to be a little lazy. You feel what I'm saying? So progression and training principles. So you want to increase session duration and frequency before intensity, right? You want to progress factors on fitness level, tolerance, and said principle. So increase duration by 5% every 1 to 2 weeks. So boom, now. So boom, we're going to talk about reducing your sedentary time. So reducing your time that you're sitting down, you're not really working out. So you want breaks every 60 to 120 minutes. You want to do light intensity activities, right? Like I said, cycling, jogging, walking, right? Light jogging, walking, swimming, boxing, light sparring, okay? You want to limit sitting to less than 2 hours a day. And if you do have to sit for more than 2 hours a day, you want breaks every 5 to 10 minutes. Household or occasional tasks, just get up and walk, get your steps in. You want to modify your environment, stand instead of sitting, okay? So if you have a job where you have to sit, you need to stand instead of sitting, because that will allow you to burn more calories, okay? So the little stuff matters. It's about getting 1% better every day. So you doing these little changes will help you get to that weight loss goal that you want, okay? So now we're gonna talk about clients that's busy, okay? What if I'm busy and I got a lot going on, I got kids, this and that. So I just want you to remember this. 1 mile a day maintains cardiometabolic health, right? 12 minutes a week of low dose HIIT is effective. Bi-weekly sessions maintain endurance. You want to combine cardio plus strength to reduce detraining risk, right? And so often, if you don't have that much time, you want to do circuit training, circuit style resistance. If you want to lose weight and put on muscle. So what is circuit style resistance? So circuit style is basically after you get done with a workout, you move to the next. Resistance is weights and stuff like that, right? Resisting your body, your muscles is resisting something. It has some type of resistance. Weights or what they call them resistance bands, right? So your muscles is resisting something, okay? And so with that being said, that allows you to lose the weight effectively while also being time effective. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, man, it's just, that's what it comes down to. But with that being said, y'all got to take this information and apply it to where y'all see fit, okay? The most important part is the calorie deficit. 500 calorie daily deficit is about 1 pound of fat loss per week. Remember that, because a lot of people want to lose weight, but they're not doing what it takes, okay? You got to remember, it's called your, it's really about your energy intake, your energy expenditure, right? Your energy intake and how much you burn. So you want to decrease the amount you take in and increase the amount you burn. That's literally the simple science of weight loss, okay? So decrease the amount of calories you take in and increase the amount of calories you burn, and that's how you lose weight. That's simple science, but it's not easy because you're used to this. Your body is used to, your body have cravings, your body your brain produces dopamine and all this type of stuff, okay? So it's really like a chemical response, you know what I mean? And there's definitely a psychological aspect to it. So just remember that. Take your time with yourself. You gotta show yourself grace, right? You gotta be patient with yourself, because you're literally changing yourself chemically as you start to lose weight and stuff like that. And like I said, I feel for people who's big, because I was bigger when I was younger, and I know what that shit feel like. You know what I mean? Looking at a physique that you want. But guess what I did? I worked towards the goal, and you gotta get a little bit better every day. You gotta realize temptation is gonna come, but you gotta be strong in the face of temptation, because let 2 minutes go by. Guess what? Guess what's gonna happen? That temptation gonna go away, and it's gonna keep coming back and back. It's just testing how much you want that shit. So how much y'all want it? How much do y'all want it? Are y'all able to do that 500 calorie daily deficit? Right? That'll equal that about 1 pound of fat loss per week. Are y'all able to do that? Are y'all willing to do that? That's the thing. Are you able to understand that 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of fat? And so if you eat more than that per day, then you're gonna be fucked up. Can you understand that? Right? You say you want to lose weight, but how bad do you want it? I don't know. Because if you really wanted it bad, you will do the hard thing. Because you know why? You sacrifice stuff today for a better tomorrow. You work hard today. You go through the pain today for strength tomorrow. So you don't eat that meal today for that fat loss tomorrow. You don't eat that meal this week. You don't have no cheat days this month for that fat loss next month. You gotta have delayed gratification, right? And nobody said it was gonna be easy. But who the fuck said everything gonna be easy? We play the game on hard mode. We do this shit, right? So with that being said, I hope y'all take this, do your own due diligence, and most importantly, blessings on your journey, because working out, fitness is a journey with self. And as you continue this journey with self, I hope y'all understand and get to learn yourselves better. And that's just what it's about. Learning yourself, getting to know yourself, right? Loving yourself, because that's what it is. I love y'all, man. I'm out this shit.